Good morning.
Good morning.
How's everybody today?
Good morning.
Top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning to you. So tell us something good. How was everybody's Tuesday? I saw a good handful of you
It's
yesterday.
Wednesday, and I'm feeling awesome finally after 2 days of crappy health situation. I feel awesome. So it's great.
Awesome. That's good. That's
Good to
great.
hear, Luz.
You
Thank
missed
you.
the ALC meeting with Georgia yesterday, but we will fill you in today.
All right. I will see you guys at 11.
Awesome. All right. Anything else? Something good?
I had too much good stuff to happen on the weekend. It was hard to top yesterday. I do want to say I love that my team lead is always there when I need to talk to her. I love that.
That's what she's there for.
Yep, and you're worth it, girl.
Awesome. All
Well,
right.
I'm super excited to hear that we're at least narrowing down somewhat, or at least starting to build, I guess is probably a better way of saying it, a new home for our KW office. And I'm very excited about the meeting yesterday because just being able to make baby steps forwards is something. And it is definitely something to celebrate because we have been a little displaced, and it will be really nice to solidify where we are headed. So I was excited to be on that meeting, and I learned a lot about profit share. And for the record, I specifically tasked my assistant with creating a list of every single agent on the other side of the transactions that I have had thus far so that I can reach out to them. And I said, start in reverse, because I'm starting with the people that we closed with this month and working my way backwards to just say, thank you for a great transaction, coming up with something and then passing them on to Danielle, because damn it, I want money for nothing.
It is nice. It is really nice. I mean, I know there's much more people that have profit shared more than me this past month, but getting an extra $900 last month on profit share is awesome. And it's cool when I look at I don't know if you know this, but if you go to Command now, Command has a monthly tracker of your profit share. So on your face of your Command, if you don't see it when you open it up, you can actually scroll down and you'll see it, and I'll say what's in your downline month over month. I'm sorry, year over year, as well as your lifetime received on it, and you can customize it. This is why I kind of task all do if you want to, but you can also customize it, your front page of your Command, and bring it up. So it's one of the first things you see when you open up Command. So that's kind of cool. So, all righty, we're gonna let Nicole in, and let's go ahead and get started with our daily mojo. I don't know what just happened. Well, it's weird how when you prep something and it doesn't work out.
How many of y'all think y'all can like run really fast? She just beast it. Okay, hands down.
And jump really far. Who's a leaper? Who's got a vert? Great. Okay, hands down. Who's really strong? If you're a strong guy, you don't win physical confrontation. You don't lose physical confrontations. Beautiful. Great. None of that matters. None of it matters. Hear me. Hear me. It's not what you're capable of. It's what you're willing to do. Everybody hear me? It's not what you're capable of, it's what you're willing to do. I know plenty of people that are capable. I know fewer people that are willing. You know what I mean? Will is a powerful thing. Ask yourself, what are you willing to do? When I was a little dude your age, me and my big brother, we watched a lot of TV, man, like a lot of kids, probably more than we should. But you know what we did? Whenever it was a commercial on, we did push-ups or sit-ups. When our arms got tired, we went to sit-ups. When our stomachs got tight, we we went back to push-ups. Isn't that the truth, big bro? Whenever we watched TV and a commercial was on, we went to work. We did push-ups and sit-ups during the commercial. When we come back here next year, I want to see how many of you guys establish that habit. I want to see how many of you guys are willing to establish that habit. Come back next year and let me know, because it's going to be easy to do tonight for that first program. You know what I mean? We did it all the time, guys. It became habit. It became us, even to the point where we no longer counted. It was just commercial, push-ups. Ooh, my arm's burning. Sit-ups. Ooh, my stomach's tight. Push-ups. Whew, I'm glad my show back on. You know what I mean? I challenge you guys to do that. Establish that habit. When you're watching TV and the commercials are on, push-ups and sit-ups. Give it up for Mr. Francis, baby.
I like that. I like that a lot. What would you do?
Yeah, I like it because what did we talk about yesterday? Right? We talked about what a list of our options, right? And so thought about and I challenge all of y'all to come to today. And I see most of y'all, I didn't scare you away, right? To come back with a list of actions that you can do now. And that video is just a good reminder of what are you willing to do. So what are some share with us one or two things that you put in the actions that you wrote down that you won't implement.
That I want a tight stomach.
Action today, Sylvia, or was it yesterday from the homework?
No, I'm just saying. You're funny, Danielle.
All right. Anyone else? Amar, you went off on mute.
Yes, it's funny you played that today, but yesterday I was actually talking to a couple of people in the office, and I was talking about getting back to my routine and waking up in the morning early. And one of the action that I wanted to do, because I gained a few pounds last couple of months from traveling, not doing anything. So I want to feel good, and feeling good, it starts with physical health. And yesterday we talked about working out, and I think it was Cheryl. She was talking about how she felt great by working out and she never stopped working out. So that's one action that I'm really committed to, that I want to start waking up early and start to get on my bike and working out. So that way my day start with full of energy, and clear my thoughts.
Awesome. I love that. Making movement. That's awesome. Luz, I see that your hand is raised.
Hello. So I've been not reading, I hate reading, honestly. I've been listening to the book Atomic Habits. And yesterday, yes, I was in anesthesia almost all day mentality, but the doctor talked to my husband, and because I changed the habits of the way that I was eating, my Crohn's right now is really stable. Like he said, like, if I continue what I'm doing, he will say that it will be gone. So habits are absolutely magical in the ways that will help you health-wise, business-wise, and everything. And I was going to say that also in my good news.
That is awesome. I love that. Absolutely. Who else wants to share an action that they thought about or wrote down to implement from yesterday? Kevin, Kelly, Sarasota, Florida. I see that you're unmuted. I'm not sure if did you have something to share?
I think he was just unmuted.
Just unmuted. He's super good. Okay. So let's go into, I have a special guest that's going to come in and we're going to have a discussion today. And let me bring our special guest.
Jason Abrams, in the comments, the question, it was a great question. It said, Jason, is now a bad time to buy a house or a good time to buy a house? Friends, I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. Here's what I do know. In 3 minutes or less, I'm going to explain to you why I'm not even sure that's the right question to ask. You see, that question implies that the market looks like this, that there is a height and that there is a bottom and that these things run cyclically, which happens to be partly true. But it doesn't mean that there's a great time or a bad time, or if you're an investor, a great time and a bad time. That's not actually what I think the world looks like. You see, Gary Keller teaches me that the world more resembles this drawing. Now, what do I mean by this drawing? Well, here's the thing. On any 30-year timeline, give or take in this country anyway, the residential real estate market is going to appreciate by about 4% per year. I know what you're thinking. It's got to be different in the stock market. No, not really. That appreciates about 9% per year over time if you're looking at the big index. So what does that actually mean? It kind of means that the thing is going up on a regular basis, which means this being drawn as a horizontal isn't right. It's actually drawn as a vertical. And so here's what we know to be true. There is a sweet spot right in the middle there, which means, friends, that at any given time, it's an okay time to buy. The real question becomes, what is your time horizon? That's the key question in all of this. So if you say to me, Jason, I'm going to buy a house, but I'm only going to stay in it for 90 days, wrong time to buy. Jason, I'm going to buy a house and I'm willing to hold it for the next 10 years, then any time is the right time to buy. There's never the right or wrong time to buy real estate. There's only buy real estate and give it time. That's the key. That's how you know when the right time is. We don't curl up at night with our stock and bond portfolios. We just don't. But we do curl up in our houses. They become part of our lives. As a matter of fact, they're the backdrop of our lives. Guys, here's the deal. We buy homes for lifestyle. The fact that they turn out to be one of the greatest investments that most of us will make is a really nice benefit. And that's why we have so many people in homes, and that's why there's $27 trillion of equity in those homes. Friends, stay real estate, stay happy. Thanks. Click like. You cannot tell me that I didn't earn a like on that one. I can't have another video where there's only 18 of them. I can't sleep at night. Subscribe, and if you like that one, guys, there's a bunch more. Click here.
All right, what did y'all hear from that?
I love Jason.
Yeah,
I love that. Can you guys share that?
absolutely. It's really easy for you to see too. It's on the, we will share it. I'll share it. I'll pull the link while we're talking. It is the Keller Williams YouTube channel, right? And so he has some more great nuggets that we'll share.
I like how he took the 30-year curve that Gary talked about in the family reunion and broke it down to the ups and downs, which is affirm what everybody thinks. Yes, there is ups and downs, but it's not vertical, you know. So if you're thinking that you're gonna wait until the market crash and you're gonna buy, we will never be back into where we were 3-4 years ago. We might be a little lower, but you're also combating the interest rate and everything in market. So that ups and down going, you know, in an incline up, it kind of affirm like what the buyers are thinking, but at the same time, it shows them prices will continue to go up. So if you wait another 5 years, it doesn't matter if we hit a little bit less, you're still gonna cost you more.
Yeah, absolutely. Sylvia, you had your hand raised.
Yes. First of all, thank you for sharing. I love him. You know that, and I appreciate that video. So someone came up to me and kind of like whispered to me and said, "Can I ask you a question? You know, how did you acquire like all this wealth or whatever?" And I looked at the person and I said, "Well, guess what? It's real estate. And my husband and I moved 7 times. And every time we moved, we were somewhere in that line and we made money on that home." So I agree with him completely. It's in real estate. Now, I do have a friend that's in her house from like 50 years ago and she will not move. Okay. So that's a different story. But if you can, I know sometimes it's difficult because of family situations, but if you see something out there and you know the time is right, sell your house and move and make that, that chunk of change, because then you take that chunk of change and you invest it in the next property. And that's how the chain starts.
Yeah. So if you look at, and then just to follow up with this in your shift book, right? So in the shift book on page 168 it talks about the myth that fuels reluctance, right? It says here that there are two types of buyers in regards to timing. There are those who believe that they can time market, and there are those who believe timing will find them. The ones who believe in timing believe that they can come in and out of the market and always time it to make the best possible buying and selling decisions. The ones who think the opposite believe that if you just always stay in the market, then timing will simply find you. History supports the latter. It says that if you're always in the market, actively paying attention, although you may never sell at the highest peak or buy at the absolute bottom, you can buy right and always do well over time. Here's logic. Logic says you can't predictably time the market to be able to buy at the absolute bottom and sell at the absolute top. So that's just a little nugget for you. Because what are we looking for right now when it comes to buyers and sellers? What are the three things that Shift has told us? They have to be willing, they have to be able, and they have to be ready. And that's it. Willing, able, and ready. And you guys, as the full expert of choice, you're always in the market and you know what's going on. So now you have to just go and find those people in your database, in your conversations, to move them to move your business forward.
Danielle, I really like that quote too on page 168 when it says, buyers can't wait for headlines to say buy now. Headlines will only let you know when the best time to buy has passed. Yeah. And that happens a lot.
Absolutely.
Page, yeah.
Absolutely.
100%. And like I like what he said, if you are looking to buy a home and move in 90 days, no time is the right time to buy. But if you're going to stay for an extended period of time, absolutely. So, and then for those of you that were at Quantum Leap last week, and for those of you that weren't, one thing that Ryan had said was that when you go on listing appointments, go on the listing appointments with your eyes open and first look and see, is this a property I want to buy, right? So we have a lot of opportunity. Invest in what you do, invest in what you know, and that's real estate.
Right, yeah, because absolutely. Anyone else have something they want to share, a thought? Just remember that right now it's about creating buyer urgency, right, and finding the motivated. And the way you do that, we said, is by finding willing, able, and ready buyers, is by asking questions and by having the right conversations. And I know I'm going to sound like a broken record on this, but you really need to be intentional when you're on social media right now, right? Because every single person out there is, well, the majority of people, unless they can buy a home within the last 30, 60, 90 days, is considering upgrading their home. So you need to differentiate yourself on social media between all the other agents out there who are just saying, hey, if you want to buy, come talk to me. Or look at the house I just sold, come talk to me. But that's not really showing. There's a ton of willing people. Now you need to find them if they're able and ready. And how will you know if they're able and ready?
We're going to Ellington.
Anyone? How do you know if someone is able to buy a home?
Pre-approved.
I'm sorry?
If they're pre-approved would be the main one for me.
Absolutely. It's about their finances, right? If they're able to do so now. And you ask questions about that. And then, there's the mortgage packs that you can go into if they have the conversation while interest rates are too high. There's lots of options that they probably don't even know about because they're going from a perspective of a traditional 30-year mortgage, right? A traditional FHA, and there's many different things they can do. They can do a 3-2-1 buy down, a 2-1 buy down. They can do a 15-year mortgage, a 4-year mortgage. They can do an owner financing. I mean, right now interest rates are around 7%. You can talk to your seller and go, have you ever thought about making money a little bit, a different way of making money off your home? You bought your home at around 3%. What if you did an owner financing around 5%? It's still less than what the buyer's going to get right now, and it's more what you're getting. So you can actually have really great conversations on social media that sets you apart from other agents to see who is not only willing but able, and then you have even more conversations to make sure they're ready, and now you have your motivated buyer and your motivated seller.
And I would bring them back to the motivation, like what is the reason? And, is their rent coming due? I mean, I know we've talked about this a lot of, many, many times, but interest rate when you rent is 100%. So 7% isn't so bad. And when rates go down, you can refinance. So, but always going back to that motivation.
It's that little sexy quote that we all hear, right, Rebecca? It's marry the house, date the rate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, either love it or hate it, that quote.
I'm sorry.
That quote, you either love it or hate it, but it's true.
It is so true. We should have Brian get us some wristbands with that one as well.
Nice. That's our clients.
All right. Anyone else want to share our thoughts about what we talked about today? Man, that's like my up and down roller coaster people. We're on fire yesterday, and now we're.
Good morning. Just want to say I've got to go because I have family in town and doing all the things, but I really look forward to getting back into the office, and hope everyone has a really great week.
Thank you, Paula.
Bye, everyone.
All right, put it in the chat and let us know what your conversation you plan on having today. And while you're doing that, Rebecca, why don't you let us know what's going on in your market center today and tomorrow?
So today I am teaching the Millionaire Real Estate Agent systematized lead generation. So if you don't have systems around your lead generation and you need to generate more leads, then I highly encourage you to be here today. That's from 11 to 3, and lunch will be provided. And then tomorrow we have our group coaching from 11:30 to 12:30, and then from 12:30 to 2, I believe, Kimberly, is the Millionaire Boot Camp for Command, and bring your lunch.
That one's tomorrow. That one's tomorrow. It's Thursdays.
Yeah, tomorrow is Thursday.
Yes, please.
Oh yeah, no, that's tomorrow. Yep, so that is tomorrow.
Awesome. Today we have ALC meeting. Really excited to see the ALC 2 days in a row. So see you guys here at 11. Don't forget next Wednesday, the Plug City for both market centers is our launch party for over in our office at KW Gold. It will be on Wednesday, and over at KW Select, it will be on Thursday. And shared with you all, reach out to Sylvia. I'm sorry, Sylvia, you're right in front of me. To Valerie. It's going to be a really exciting time. We're really excited about having a launch party. And also, Rebecca, myself, Willis, we will be out of the office on Friday. We'll be heading to Orlando to meet with Georgia, talking about ALC for next year. So we're already working on next year. Super, super excited about that. So we will have all our leadership will be here to support you guys. So I just want to let you know if there's anything that you need, checks that you need signed and that nature, get that in this week before Friday, because we'll be on the road early on Friday morning.
Yes, we will.
I haven't been to the way for them to sign my name on checks yet. So So you can't get Chat GPT to deal with that. It's still in person.
Yep. So, and that I just want to re-mention the launch party for the productivity coaching program. That is for everybody. That is not just for those that are interested in the productivity coaching program or anything. That's for the whole market center to come learn about it. Because if you're growing a team, if you know of new agents, it would be really good for you to understand what that program would do as far as leverage for you as you're raising up agents or bringing agents into the program. And then we're going to have in Lakewood Ranch next Thursday. It's 1:30 to 3:30 for the launch party. And then from 4 to 6, we have our speed meeting, which I'd love everybody to be a part of to meet everybody that's joined us this last quarter.
Awesome. All right, guys.
All right. Well, you guys have a wonderful Wednesday, and we will see you all tomorrow morning.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a great